My name is Vlad Tenev, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Robinhood. Thank you for the invitation to speak about Robinhood and the millions of people we serve. Almost 8 years ago, Baiju Bhatt and I founded Robinhood. We believed then, as we do now, that the financial system should be built to work for everyone, not just a select few. We dreamed of making investing more accessible, especially for people without a lot of money. The stock market is a powerful wealth creator, but only half of U.S. households participate in it.
Mr. Staff, I would like you to use your limited time to talk directly to what happened January 28th and your involvement in it.
Certainly.
Madam Chair, the witness has the opportunity to give their own testimony.
Excuse me,
you are not time for your questioning.
You are not recognized, Mr. Please go right ahead and speak directly to the question.
McHenry.
Mr. McHenry, yes, of course.
We created Robinhood to economically empower all Americans by opening financial markets to them. One specific day, January 28th, proved to be a completely unprecedented event. The spike in trading activity and volatility meant that Robinhood Securities, our clearing broker, had to hold the line and post additional firm capital as collateral to support our clearinghouse deposit demands. To put it in perspective, on January 28th, our daily deposit requirement was 10 times more than on January 25th. As a result, Robinhood Securities, along with many other firms, imposed temporary trading restrictions on certain securities. We began allowing limited buys of these securities the following day, and we have since lifted the restrictions entirely. There are 2 points I want to make clear about these temporary restrictions. First, Robinhood Securities put the restrictions in place in an effort to meet increased regulatory deposit requirements, not to help hedge funds. We don't answer to hedge funds. We serve the millions of small investors who use our platform every day to invest. Second, Robinhood immediately secured additional funds. Altogether, through capital raising and other measures, we've increased our liquidity by more than $3 billion to cushion ourselves against increased collateral requirements and related market stress in the future. Despite the unprecedented market conditions in January, at the end of the day, what happened is unacceptable to us. To our customers, I'm sorry and I apologize. Please know that we are doing everything we can to make sure this won't happen again.
I want to be perfectly clear. We had no role in Robinhood's decision to limit trading in GameStop or any of the other meme stocks. I first learned of Robinhood's trading restrictions only after they were publicly announced. All of us at Citadel Securities are committed to the healthy functioning of the U.S. equities markets.
I'm happy to discuss with the committee my purchases of GameStop shares and my discussions of their fair value on social media. It is true that my investment in that company multiplied in value many times. For that, I feel enormously fortunate. I also believe the current price of the shares demonstrates that I've been right about the company. A few things I am not. I'm not a cat. I am not an institutional investor, nor am I a hedge fund. I do not have clients, and I do not provide personalized investment advice for fees or commissions. I'm just an individual whose investment in GameStop and posts on social media were based upon my own research and analysis. The idea that I use social media to promote GameStop stock to unwitting investors and influence the market is preposterous. My post did not cause the movement of billions of dollars into GameStop shares. It is tragic that some people lost money, and my heart goes out to them. But what happened in January just demonstrates again that investing in public securities is extremely risky. As I said earlier, I consider myself and my family fortunate with our investment. When the stock price broke $20 in December, I knew my investment was a success. I was so happy to visit my family in Brockton for the holidays. The money will go such a long way for us. We had an incredibly difficult 2020. Most difficult was the tragic and unexpected loss of my sister Sarah in June. I am grateful to be in a position to give back to and support my family. As for what happened in January, others will have to explain it. It's alarming how little we know about the inner workings of the market. and I am thankful that this committee is examining what happened. I also want to say that I support retail investors' right to invest in what they want, when they want. I support the right of individuals to send a message based on how they invest. As for me, I like the stock. I'm as bullish as I've ever been on a potential turnaround for GameStop, and I remain invested in the company.
The market volatility surrounding GameStop and other securities has highlighted how many people feel that the cards are stacked against them, and that market participants, like our witnesses, hide the ball. Mr. Tenev, you explained that Robinhood restricted transactions in certain securities to meet demands coming from your clearinghouse. And yet, on January 28th, you represented to the media that there was no liquidity problem. Isn't it true that being concerned about having enough capital to meet deposit requirements, isn't that a liquidity problem? Or could you just answer yes or no?
Chairwoman Waters, I appreciate the opportunity to address that.
Just yes or no?
We always felt comfortable with our liquidity and the additional capital that Robinhood raised.
Please answer yes or no.
We always felt
To get
comfortable
through
with
my
our
5
liquidity.
minutes, I don't have time. I just need a yes or no answer.
I stand by my statement. The additional capital we raised wasn't to meet capital requirements or deposit
So the
requirements.
gentleman,
Excuse me.
I'm reclaiming my time.
So as I was trying to explain, because the Robinhood order comes from a community of traders who tend to trade in smaller size.
That isn't my question, sir. You're evading my question by making up other questions. Let me repeat. 2 identical orders come in. Same stock, same quantity. One's from Robinhood, one's from Fidelity. What happens?
The quality of the execution varies by the channel of the order. This is a commonly understood phenomena in economics, that channels matter. So for example, when you go get a mortgage from JP Morgan to their clientele has a different rate of interest than a mortgage.
Okay, let me, reclaiming my time, sir. Who gets the better deal? The one that comes from a broker who is being paid for order flow, and one not. Can you testify that on balance, there is no difference, assuming the same size of the order?
So as I said earlier, size of the order is only one factor.
You are doing a great job of wasting my time. If you're going to filibuster, you should run for the Senate.
I was going to start actually with this and ask each one of you why you thought you were here today. But I'm going to dispense with that because it's going to take too much time, and I'll provide the answer. Political theater, for the most part. That's what this hearing is today. I mean, we're on the business channels right now and on C-SPAN. I think if you see a few of my colleagues playing to the cameras, but we need to have some of these fundamental and important questions answered at the end of the day. And one of the assertions that you've heard already today is that investing is, quote, casino gambling. It's using monopoly funny money. I guess I want to know, is individual retail participation in the marketplace gambling, casino gambling, or using funny money? Mr. Gill, why don't we just start with you? Very quickly. I don't hear him. Mr. Huffman, let's move to you.
No, I believe that investing is investing.
Thank you, Mr. Plotkin. Has Melvin Capital ever engaged in short selling of the stock Tesla?
We have been short Tesla in the past. That's correct.
Mr. Plotkin, also, this is a longer question. Did you see the tweet from Tesla CEO Elon Musk about GameStop stock?
I did see that after market hours on, yes, on a Tuesday.
Do you believe that Mr. Musk's tweet had any significant effect of driving the rise in GameStop stock?
I don't want to speculate on what the actions of his tweet were. The stock did rise after
hours. Let me ask you this, then do you believe that that tweet was targeting you because you had shorted Tesla stock in the past?
We had a very small short position years ago in Tesla. That would be pure speculation as to his motives of putting that tweet out.
The stated mission of Robinhood is the democratization of finance, but I worry that the real world impact of Robinhood is the democratization of financial addiction. You know, Robinhood has gaming features that seem to manipulate retail traders into making rash and reckless and potentially ruinous investments. We all know the tragic story of Alexander Kearns. According to a memo from the Financial Services Committee, there's one feature in particular that encourages retail investors to tap on the Robinhood app up to 1,000 times a day in order to improve their position on the wait list for Robinhood highly coveted cash management feature. Do you share my concern that a retail trader tapping on a Robinhood app 1,000 times a day is a sign of addiction?
Congressman, that particular feature that you're discussing was to get access to our debit card plus high yield savings product, which is one of the many features targeting passive investors that we've rolled out over the past.
Mr. Tenev, 1,000 times a day? You are encouraging your customers to tap on an app 1,000 times a day? That to me is a sign of addiction, and it worries me that you fail to see it in the same light.
Congressman, we didn't encourage anyone to tap on anything. To get access to the debit card, people were placed on a wait list, and we wanted to give our customers delightful features so that they know that we're listening to them and that we care about them. And this is just one example of how we add great features that customers love to our products.
Look, addictive trading might be bad for your customers, but it's good for Robinhood. Addictive trading means more trading, and more trading means more money for Robinhood. There's a sense in which Robinhood monetizes addiction. You make money from the quantity rather than the quality of trading. I want to.
Earlier, one of my colleagues, Representative San Nicolas, said that Robinhood owes its customers a lot more than an apology, and I happen to agree with him. I believe that the decisions made by you and this company have harmed your customers. Mr. Tenev, would you be willing to commit today to voluntarily pass on the proceeds of the payment for order flow to Robinhood customers?
Congresswoman, I appreciate that question. When the statement you refer to was made, I believe 2015 or 2016, it was before Robinhood forced the entire industry to drop commissions and replicate our business model, which made payments.
So is that I should take that as a no? You're not willing to pass on the proceeds of payment for order flow to your customers?
When the other brokers dropped.
I'm just talking about today, right now.
Payment for order flow, Congresswoman, allows for commission-free trading. In the context of trading commissions, it's a much larger source of revenue in the past than payment.
Mr. Tenev, I apologize, and I don't want to be rude. I just have limited time. But if removing the revenues that you make from a payment for order flow would cause the removal of free commissions, doesn't that mean that trading on Robinhood isn't actually free to begin with? Because you're just hiding the cost in terms of potentially poor execution or the cost of lost rebates to your customers.
So certainly, Congresswoman, Robinhood is a for-profit business and needs to generate some revenue to pay for the costs of running this business. People were initially skeptical that the model, even with payment for order flow, would work when you remove commissions. And I think we've proven that otherwise by making this the standard model by which brokerages operate now.
I see.